guys.
I know it's not Halloween. I know it's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's kind of late to be doing scary stories, but you know what? It's never too late.
Because we're going to do a horror movie today. But
we were going to do a horror movie, but we got lazy because it was boring and the camera died.
Yeah, and the camera died, so...
I'm eating the light. Okay. Apparently, this is the scariest stories ever.
Thanks to Google Speak.
Thank you, Google Speak.
Now watch it be...
There's 10 of them.
Oh, there's pictures.
Oh.
Alright, so we might be here a while.
Okay, which one are we going to read? Let's go with...
Bloody
Let's
Mary.
go with the body in the bed. Okay, this is apparently one of the scariest stories in the world from about.com urban legends. A man and a woman went to Las Vegas for their honeymoon. Oh, it's already really scary.
Not there.
They checked into a suite at a hotel. When they got to their room, they both detected a bad odor. Ew.
Ryan, you stink.
The husband called down to the front desk and asked to speak to the manager. He explained that the room smelled very bad and that they would like another suite. The manager apologized and told the man that we were all booked because of a convention. He offered to send them to a restaurant of their choice for lunch, compliments of the hotel, and said he was going to send a maid to get their room clean and try and get rid of the odor. After a nice lunch, the couple went back to the room. As they walked in, they could...
Wait, I thought this was at night.
No, they had lunch.
Okay.
They had scary lunch together.
It's already foreshadowing. Good idea.
Shut up. When they walked in, they could still smell the same odor. Again, the husband called the front desk and told the manager the room smelled really bad. The manager told the man that he should just flush the toilet. I'm kidding, they didn't really say that. They should try and find a suite at another hotel. They called every hotel on the strip, but the hotel was sold out because of the convention. The manager told the couple that they couldn't find a room anywhere, but they would try and clean the room again. The couple wanted to see the sights and did a little gambling. Da, da, da.
What if they won a lot of money?
They gave them 2 hours to clean, and then they would be back. When the couple had left, the manager and all of the housekeeping went into the room to try and find what was making the room smell so bad. They searched the entire room and found nothing. So the maids changed the sheets, changed the towels, took down the curtains, and put new ones up, cleaned the carpet, and cleaned the suite again, using the strongest cleaning products that they had. The couple came back...
Oh, I just read some of it.
I know, came back 2 hours later to find the room and still had a bad odor. The husband was so angry at this point, he decided to find whatever the smell was himself. He started tearing the entire suite apart himself. As he pulled the top of the mattress of the box spring, he found the dead body of a woman.
That wasn't too scary. So we'll do another one.
Yeah, we only got, this is only 3 minutes.
I was hoping to go at least 20 minutes, so... Yeah.
20 minutes?
Well,
gosh.
What else are we going to do?
Sorry. Okay. Well, let's do, sorry. Oh, this one's good.
Clowns.
Yeah, they're always
clown
good.
Statues. Example.
Okay. So-and-so's friend, a girl in her teens, is babysitting for a family in Newport Beach, California.
Ooh, that's like my favorite.
The family is wealthy and has a very large house. You know the sort with a ridiculous amount of rooms. Anyways, the parents are going out for a late dinner / movie. Ooh, slash.
Oh, they're
the father.
So cute. Hey, man.
The father tells the babysitter that once his children are in bed, he should go into she should go into this specific room. He doesn't want her wandering around the house and watch TV there. The parents take off, and as soon as she gets the kids into bed, she goes into the room to watch TV. She tries watching TV, but she is disturbed by a clown statue in the corner of the room.
There's the title of the story.
Okay. She tries to ignore it for as long as possible, but it starts freaking her out so much she can't handle it. She resorts to calling the father and says, "Hey, the kids are in bed, but it is okay if I switch rooms? The clown statue, it's really creeping me out." Yeah. The father says seriously, "Get the kids to the next door. Get the kids go next door and call 911. She asks, "What's going on?" He responds, "Just go next door, and once you call the police, call me back." She gets the kids, goes next door, and she calls the police. The police are on the way. She calls the father back and asks, "So what's really going on?" He responds, "We don't have a clown statue." Then he further explains about the children complaining about a clown watching them as they go to sleep.
Ew, that sounds like Ryan.
Yeah. He and his wife had just blown it off, assuming that they were having bad nightmares.
We're just reading ahead. Sorry.
Ew, that's weird. The police arrive and apprehend the clown. They said that in parentheses marks. Who turns out to be a midget. A midget clown. I guess he came as a homeless person, dressed as a clown, who somehow got into the house and had been living there for several weeks.
They didn't notice him?
They didn't notice a midget living in their house for several weeks.
I guess he is a midget.
He is a midget. It just said that in the...
Okay.
And he would come into the kids' rooms in the nights and watch them as while they slept. As the house was so large, he was able to avoid detection, surviving off their food, etc. He had been in the TV room night before the babysitter came in there. When she had entered, he wouldn't have enough time to hide, so he just froze in place and pretended to be a statue. Okay, that's ridiculous. That's not even, like, scary. That's just, like...
This Google Speak gave us the wrong place. Alright, go back and try to find him.
No, this is... Shut up. Gosh.
That picture is creepy, though.
What?
Humans can, like, do... Well, I thought humans were the only people that could, like...
Let's look at a different website, maybe.
The scariest story ever.
Okay. Let's go to Reddit. Reddit sometimes has good stuff.
Yeah, lots of
I've actually never been there.
Me neither. It's a good story. No.
These are too long. These are like creepypasta length. They're too long. Let's go and find another one.
We'll cut and we'll find another one.
Okay, apparently this one's real. We have never figured this out, and now the 3 living witnesses have to be good and drunk to discuss the whole thing. I was 7, my brother was 10, my mom was 40, and my grandma was 60. We were all cogent. No one was too young or too senile to recall this nonsense.
That means that she was born when she was 20. Simple math. Go ahead.
And that's apparently a bad thing to Andrew. Okay.
Well, I was born when
We lived on an isolated country road in North Carolina that was named after her family, since they were the only crazy who lived there on the land for about 1,000 acres. And I do mean crazy.
Beep.
We have stories about relatives that start with, you remember the time Uncle Bob was in the ditch with a shotgun? Which time? Uncle Bob, you're funny.
You're bad.
Her house had been empty for several weeks while she'd been visiting us in Florida. But we were all back, spending the weekend with her before trucking back to the Sunshine State. Trucking back to the Sunshine State. The house was... That was also written there. It said to beatbox that part. The house was in the for real country. The house was in the for real country. Literally over train tracks past a salvage yard and... Okay, let's skip that part. It's a bunch of description. It's early in the a.m., like just before daybreak. We're awake because these are farm freaks who wake at the crack of dawn from sheer ingrained habit. We're eating cereal when we hear something pull outside. Curious, we all run to the big picture window that looks into the front yard. There seems to be a strange truck there. No one seems to be behind the wheel, though the engine is idling. The truck is bleep bleep bleep, well, old for one thing. Bleep 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 means ... by the way. It's old-timey, like, from maybe in the 1930s. You can picture the Jode family heading to California in this thing. It's rusted, but it probably was once painted blue. We stare at the thing. Cool. Okay. We stare at it, bewildered. Grandma Mama asks, "Do you know what that is?" "Nope. Not a clue," says Grandma. She runs up to the phone to call her cousin, and maybe he can come up. She thinks maybe it's a hired hand, and that he's just at the wrong farm. Just as she she asks him to come on down, the phone goes dead. Well, that's unsettling.
Yeah,
that was also written. You can read it. That's unsettling.
Yeah.
Is it anywhere on here? What? See, right there. Right.
Which, if you guys could read it,
right there. That's unsettling. Yeah, it's backwards. Okay, let's continue.
Continue.
All at once, there's a loud, insistent banging from the front door. We all scream. My grandma, who is terrifyingly resourceful, huddles us to the living room. away from the window where anyone could see us. Then while my mom, me, and my brother trembled there on the couch, she grabs a serrated bread knife. Okay, so if anybody knocks on your door, you just huddle everyone in the living room and grab out a sharp knife.
Lessons from us.
That is what you got to do.
And if someone rings your doorbell, no, I won't even get into that.
Okay, if someone rings your doorbell, you better get your 12 gauge, because that means it's important. No one is there. We all kind of breathe easier. Then
How would you breathe easier if there's a knock on your door?
Then every door in the house is banging relentlessly. I can still hear it. It's rhythmic and terrifying, like all the doors were out to splinter and crack. There were 2 doors in the basement beneath us, so the sound is also reverberation at our feet. The 3 ground floor doors are shaking, and we can see the trembling and jerking on their hinges from our vantage point on the couch. Finally, Mom runs to the window, either from a psychotic breakdown, or with reality, or terror. I have no clue. She cries, I'm just going to skip that part because I don't know if that's going to offend anybody. Cousin is here. We run to her and peek out the picture window. There's no one there, but we can see in the yard, but we can't see all the doors from our viewpoint. Cousin walks by with a truck with a shotgun in his hand. Cousin, should be noted, has pretty much every gun ever made. He looks puzzled, looking in the rear of the truck, then glances in the cab window, and he stops.
I'm scared.
He goes pale, runs a hand down his face, then he runs towards the house, towards us. My grandmother flings open the kitchen door and sees him coming. He shouts, "Everyone get behind the couch. Get down, get down." And then we all dance. And he runs past us as we bolt for the couch. The banging starts again. All the doors. And now we can hear the windows rattle. It's like a tornado or the end of the world. We're too scared to even scream. Cousin flings open the front door and fires the huge shotgun. Once. Boom! Deafening.
Hold on, you keep reading. I have to go to the bathroom.
As he does, the truck roars to life, and it sounds like a train. We scramble up, like banging... Andrew!
Yeah.
You know where the bathroom is, right?
Yeah.
It's right there.
Oh, yeah.
As he does, the truck roars to life, and it sounds like a train. We scramble up, the banging stops mercifully. Cousin is advancing onto the lawn. Gun leveled at the truck. We run behind him, wanting to be out of that shaking, quivering house, and near the dude with the gun. The truck peels out backwards, cutting across the yard with a racing into the breakneck speed. Tires squeal, rubber is burned. Cousin fires again, and we all cower behind him. He blows out the back window with the sound of 1,000 plates smashing onto linoleum. But the truck never even hiccups. It just roars down the road. No tags, not even a vanity plate on the back. There was no one behind the wheel of that thing. We all had a clear view. No, everyone agreed. Not a driver in the cab. Well, not anything we could see, anyhow.
We have a visitor. I think Buddy wants to come play.
Oh, hey, buddy. Yeah. You want to keep reading, buddy? You can read. You're good at reading, buddy.
Bark.
The police were called. Cousin had to go home to his house to call, which is a pre-cell phone era. No, don't let him...
Buddy.
Stop. The phone line had been cut. There was not a single boot print in the entire yard except for Cousin's, from where he'd run into and out of the house. Cousin reported that there had been no... Buddy. There had been... Oh, no! Buddy!
No. We'll be right back.
Cousin reported there had been no plate, but when he looked into the cab, it looked like something from a horror movie. He said there were all kinds of weird restraints, handcuffs, C-clamps, nylon straps. And he said that the floorboards looked covered in what smelled like blood to him. Cousin was famous for his keen sense of smell, and the window was down, so it's possible. Cousin said he thought he saw a blur of something out the picture window and ran to fire the first shot, but missed because once he stood there, nothing or no one was on the lawn or in the truck. Then it shot backwards out of the yard and out of our lives, leaving no answers, just a deep sense of unease every time we visit. Grandma and cousin have passed. Okay, that's it. Alright, hey, wait.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe there's, Oh, yeah, let's look at some theories. Okay, this is the post. Found the post.
Buddy, what are you doing?
Okay. Okay. Really? Okay. Now, it's almost there. Theories. Theories about this past one that we just read.
Yeah.
It says,
Exactly.
Did you seriously let him have a jelly bean?
No. I guess I dropped one.
He's gonna die, thanks.
You're welcome.
Was it Crazy Red's ghost? He was my great aunt's crazy abusive husband who held a grudge against the family since we all beat the tar out of him.
Tar?
Yes, since we all beat the tar out of him under the guise of a drunken horseshoe game after he... What? Okay. Number 2, I don't think it was Uncle Bob. For one thing, he was basically a good guy, just unbalanced. It was the voices, really, and he was a minister, so... A light stepping party of dwarf serial killers? I mean, maybe the driver was just really short, and that still doesn't explain all the other stuff. Our wild-eyed neighbor, Mousy, kept bees in a pack of slathering half-feral hounds. I don't know how the bees and the hounds could have staged it all, but we were tended to list Mousy on our usual subjects just because of the weirdest in a 20-mile radius. Maybe it was this crazy yokel. If it was him, then ironically I thought his distant friend. Okay.
Wait, don't smack in the camera.
Finally, we found out something that may help explain the mystery, but it would be a purely supernatural explanation. We're not really sure. Apparently, there was a farmhand during the Depression who got fired by my great-grandfather because the guy weirded out the livestock. The guy was so mad and stole some tools before he left. Well, we kind of knew that part of the story, but we recently found out that after he was lynched by a small-town mob a few years later because they had suspected him of being mean.
You're mean.
A family that consisted of a mother, her 2 kids, and an elderly grandmother. Exactly the same family that was in our house that day. Riddle me that. Don't actually read that post because there's lots of language on there. Yeah. I had to edit it out because I said it. No.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Okay.
So
Thank you for watching.
I hope you enjoyed the stories. I hope you enjoyed Ryan's.
So what do you think it is? Do you think it's the red guy? Do you think it's Mousy, or do you think it's the farmhand who was mean?
Or do you have a custom idea? Put it in the comments below.
Please put in a custom idea because that'd be really cool. I like to read custom ideas.
So if you guys enjoyed, we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
We forgot one thing.
Yeah, we forgot the most important thing. You need to subscribe to us.
And you need to put your custom ideas in the comments.
We have 90 subscribers. We never thought we'd get to that. There are people with like tons more videos and like better videos than us that have
4.
Like 4, yeah.
Yeah. And people have like 1 million views and only have 4. So I hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah, there's like if you've ever seen Pragon Awesome Sauce, he has like 3,000 views, but he only has like 16 videos and only like 14 subscribers because he never posts anything.
But just remember, one thing we don't do is complain about our computer, or at least on camera.
I never complain about my computer because
I complain about mine sometimes.
Of course, that's because Andrew's is not perfect. Anyways, please subscribe.
And please leave custom thoughts down below, and maybe we'll read it in the next episode.
Yeah, we'll read that'll be our next vlog-a-majig.
Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you later. Subscribe!